Will shows Saul the star he bought from the Stars Our Destination. He picked a red star because it's visible to the naked eye and spent $19.5 million on it. He bought it for Jin and he makes Saul promise not to tell her. He then faints, so Saul rushes him to the hospital. Jin checks up on him and learns that he's doing well. She then receives a box that contains the certificate for her star. She thinks that either a crazy rich person bought it for her or someone is messing with her. Jin and Wade discuss the staircase probe project with the scientists. They explain that by traveling 1% of light speed, it will take 200 years for the staircase probe to reach the Sensi fleet, and the probe's occupant will die by then. Dr. Demikov managed to put a chimp called Kolya into hibernation for a month. He believes that if it works for Kolya, it will work for a person. However, when he brings Kolya out, the chimp eats a banana and vomits. Augie informs Jin that she is working on the probe sail. It's a nanofiber weave that is a lot more complicated to make. She needs to consider heat and stress tolerance. She assures Jin that she can make it work. Augie confides in her friend that she saw what the world did to her family, so she wanted to build something for them, but she ended up on the wrong side. Jin assures her that they're building the future for humanity. Wade tells Jin and Co. that they needed 1,000 nuclear bombs for the staircase, but they're only getting 300. Demikov's smallest hibernation rig that he can supply weighs over a ton. To accelerate the probe to the required speed, the heaviest payload it can carry is under 2 kilograms. Wade proposes sending a brain. It will be enough for the Sensi to rebuild the rest, and if they do, Wade will have a man on the inside. Wade challenges the Sensi to get their hands on a brain if they want to understand humanity. He promises to send them someone smart. Someone who knows about physics, chemistry, and rocket science. Someone who is willing to die and who is dying already. He tells Jin and Augie that their friend Will fits the description. If the Sensi find him, he can learn about things they wouldn't know otherwise. Wade calls a person and informs him of the project that requires everyone's participation. Wade wants him to spearhead the project and bring them all into line. He then asks the man if he's ever heard the term wall facer. Augie tells her boss that she's taken her work with her. He remarks that it doesn't belong to her. Augie says it belongs to everybody, as it can make life better for the people who need it most. She then reveals that she just uploaded all of the research, the specs on their equipment, their work on upscaling and applications. Her boss vows to sue her. She dares him to arrest her fast, as her flight leaves in 3 hours. Jin tells Will about the staircase project, and he mentions the fairy tales book that Jin offered him for his birthday once. He decides to take part in the project and confesses his feelings for her. Wenji meets with Saul and tells him that she failed more people than anyone ever. She then shares a joke about Einstein's violin, and when the angels warned him never play with God. She thinks jokes are important and we wouldn't survive without them, leaving Saul confused. Wade asks Will to sign a loyalty oath to the human race. Will won't sign it as he doesn't feel any loyalty to humanity. He thinks the Sensi might end up being better than them. Wade tells Will he's perfect for the staircase project. He explains to Jin that Will is their man because he's not their man. He could actually be of benefit to infiltrate the Sensi. If they sense that he doesn't have any loyalty to humankind, he'll be of much greater use to them. That's why the Sensi will go out of their way to pick him up. Sofan addresses Tatiana as she is eating in her trailer. Tatiana thought the Sensi were done speaking to them, but Sofan says they were done speaking to Evans, but they're not done speaking to her, because she's part of something much larger than herself, and they need her. Wenji is at the airport about to board the plane that is flying to Beijing. She tells Clarence's man who's been tailing her that she changed her seat so they could sit together, because it will be nice to have someone to talk to. Wade informs Jin that the first ICBM launches are on Friday. The staircase bombs will be in place in a few weeks, and they'll be ready to send Will on his journey. She leaves when he reveals that Will gave her the star. Saul urges Will to think this through, because when the Sensi find him, they will rebuild him, and maybe they just turn him into a program and read his mind. Saul points out that the Sensi can bring him back to run experiments on him. But Will consents 5 times and bids his friend farewell. Jin shows up late and watches as the doctor removes Will's brain. She cries and Saul hugs her. Wenji and Clarence's assistant drive to the Red Coast base. She reminisces the day when she was brought into the base. She looks at the rundown satellite dish. She then walks to the cliff's edge and looks down. Tatiana shows up, and when she says she thought the Lord was done with them, but Tatiana says not all of them. The two women hug. Tatiana won't let her jump to her death. She promises to give her something better, gentle and beautiful. When she tells Tatiana that when she was her age, this was the most beautiful country in the world, Tatiana says it will be better when the Lord gets there. Wenji wonders why the Lord sent Tatiana to her. Tatiana deduces that Wenji fulfilled her purpose, so it's just her time. Wenji is glad that the Lord hasn't forgotten her. Wenji wanted to see one more sunset from that place. She and Tatiana watch it together. Tatiana tells her that she deserves a rest as she worked so hard for so long.